Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doomcast. I'm Danathan, your host. You know, I've been known to enjoy a good beer. I did enjoy that. And I've been known to enjoy a good toy unboxing whilst consuming beer. But today, I needed that double dry hop Galaxy Hero from Revolution Brewing in Chicago, Illinois. Because, no big deal, just the giant Hasbro Haslab Galactus. That's what we're unboxing today, this bad boy. All 32 inches of him. Ladies and gentlemen, get your butts ready. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your butts. This is the Doomcast. Alright, this is no small figure and no small packaging. This bad boy was funded with thousands upon thousands of backers for Hasbro's second successful Haslab for Marvel Legends. The first was the Marvel Legends Sentinel, which I reviewed last year and made a fun little weird commercial for. That's a lot of fun. This I've been waiting for because I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan, a huge Cosmic Marvel fan, specifically a very huge Galactus and Doctor Doom fan. And I also have a really bizarrely weird affinity for this guy, Morg. Why? I don't know. I just really liked the cards of him from Marvel back in the early 90s. Anyway, very excited to open this up. It is an enormous package and an enormous box, and I'm not going to bother you with the details. Yeah, Galactus, the World Devourer, comes with pretty much everything that you see here. Multiple LEDs inside of his head that take 2 AAA batteries, one in his back here, and then one in his chest that lights up at the push of a button, and it'll light up everything in his head as well. Comes with an extra Doctor Doom head, which I'm not really, frankly, sure exactly what I'm going to do with that. Also comes with Frankie Ray Nova with a stand that fits neatly on Galactus's hand, well, not perfectly. So there's kind of something to be desired with the way it actually fits there. You got Morg, which was another herald of Galactus, and a sick but kind of thin-looking axe for some reason, you know, and a skullet. Morg himself, I really like as a character. I just liked the design, and just a kick-ass space barbarian with weird red skin. I love it. Then, of course, you also get a Silver Surfer, which is similar in design and construction to, but not identical to, the Walgreens Silver Surfer. However, I've rarely ever expressed disappointment at Hasbro in any figure reviews that I've done, especially not ones for Haslabs. There is a flight stand for the Silver Surfer that also fits on Galactus's hand, which is maybe one of the most specifically innovative pieces. The problem is that this flight stand, the stupid little piece of plastic that it was connected to on a swivel joint, which in my opinion was kind of unnecessary. You should have just made it one piece of plastic like you did Frankie Ray's. That broke from the bottom, so I now no longer can pose in different positions my Silver Surfer. I did not put too much pressure on it at all. I was pretty careful with it, and this happened just for uniformity. I am wearing the same shirt, but this is a day after I actually had put it on, and thought about some of the things that I was going to say about this figure. So the good parts: plenty of articulation, the knees lock, the arms lock, the shoulder joints lock. The hands don't have quite the range of wrist motion that you necessarily want, since if you have these flight stands to be held by them. But it really isn't all that necessary. This is a figure that you want to be stable, given its size, and you don't really want to do too much action in terms of posing. So the wrist situation really doesn't matter all that much. He does have several different plates for a face. He's got the standard humanoid one, but he's also got my favorite, either Zombie Galactus or Dead Galactus. Now, if you're a big Mark Millar fan, especially his run on Fantastic Four, to me that's Dead Galactus, but I'll let you make the decision there. Then he's also got an additional, and this is harder to get out because he doesn't have a nose, slightly cranky face. Frankly, I'm sure you can find other ways to pose Silver Surfer. Loosely standing, on his head, I guess. Credit where credit is due. This flight stand and the way that it fits in Galactus's hand is great. It really should not have broken within seconds of taking this out, and it sucks that there really isn't, I don't know what I can do. The appeal of this figure is the fact that you can do exactly that. Man, that's very, very frustrating. Oh, God in heaven, this is... Wow. Well... I'm glad I'm drinking now. I did not break it while I was drinking. Everything else, though, has been, I would say, incredibly stable. He's not terribly posable, but like I said, this isn't a character that you need a whole lot of range of motion with. However, I did see somebody who picked up something that I thought was a good idea. Here's what I got. A little moon-shaped orb that's kind of painted with like a nebulous cosmic galactic thing. There's even Galactus's face in there, kind of. That's a little weird. But it also lights up, and to a bunch of different colors that are not necessarily, immediately congruous with the figure, so it makes something like this just look pretty sick. If you got the World Devourer just sitting there pondering, right? Looking at a meal. So, a third day of reviewing Galactus, and I've made some changes. You'll notice the flight stand that broke, I did fix that with a little bit of Gorilla Glue. Got a few more thoughts on this. First of all, I'm not frankly mad at the Hasbro. It's real popular to be mad at Hasbro about Haslabs and feel like you're owed something. This thing is an experiment. It's a $350 experiment that I bought into, but it is an experiment. So I acknowledge that part of it. The idea of the flight stand on its face is innovative toy design. Where else are you going to put a character with a freaking surfboard on a literal almost 3-foot tall giant? Right? His hand. That makes sense. I think that the pivot part of it was maybe... I feel like it was unnecessary, but I think it was still an admirable aspect of toy design. Unfortunately, it just left it this additional weakness I think it didn't necessarily need. I may go in here and try and re-put this together, put a couple neodymium magnets in there so that they basically, like, it fuses together, because it's still real fragile with that Gorilla Glue in there. That said, it's freaking Galactus. Are you kidding me? Like, this is killer. Like, when you actually assemble everything, and this is the big difficulty that I'm having is who I display them with. But obviously, you know, you've got most of the heralds. You don't have Airwalker, and I haven't yet unboxed Herald Thor, the Donny Cates run. But I mean, you've got Frankie Ray, you've got Norrin, you've got Firelord, you've got Morg. Oh, Terrax. That's right. Yeah, Terrax as well, right? We'll just put him right up here on top of the old beer, because it's time for this guy to finally fly high. This is one of the greatest Build-A-Figures in Build-A-Figury, in my opinion. This Terrax, they just re-released in a 2-pack with Fallen One, which I don't know that I'm gonna bother getting, because I don't think that the re-release is an improvement on this version of Terrax. I really like him. I don't know what the differences are, but him and Morg, for some reason, I really like dudes with axes. Like, it's that whole Todd McFarlane, kids love chains, adult infantilized men really enjoy very large muscle-bound characters with axes. It's a truism, universally. Anyway, we'll put him right up there with Morg. Of course, Uatu. This whole thing is definitely becoming a display. And of course, I've got the classic Walgreens Reed with the Ultimate Nullifier. That's going in the cabinet somewhere. May have to do a stretchy arm. I knew this was going to be an essential centerpiece. Before they announced this, I was thinking about trying to track down the Marvel Universe Galactus, which is smaller. It's probably about yay tall, but it was scaled for the 3.75-inch Marvel Universe figures that they don't do anymore, and may end up bringing back because the cost of plastic is insane. We may say goodbye to 6-inch. I don't know. Who knows? Old boy is sick. The only big question is, where do I fit him? He's a little too tall for taking up even 2 detolf shelves if I stand him up completely straight. That's almost about 30 inches exactly, and he's 32. So to shave off those extra 2 inches, we're just going to have him pop a squat kind of like this. It also means that he's able to fit in this frame a little bit better. But I do have some other figure reviews coming up, and this week the crew and I are forming up. We're going to go see Wakanda Forever, and then my boy TJ Landers and I are going to be talking about that movie and doing our review live from MiniCon this weekend, Saturday at Stony Creek Inn in Johnston, Iowa. If you want to check it out, it is as rustic and nice as a place called Stony Creek Inn can sound. As a matter of fact, there's a Poncheros and a Starbucks right across the street. There's really not a whole lot more that you could want. Go to a comic book convention, dig through some back issues, maybe come away with the $1 or $2 book. Maybe you buy yourself a little classic. I don't know. Probably cut some deals if you're bringing cash. Anyway, we'll see you there. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again next week. And if we don't, it's clobbering time. I don't know why I made him sound like an old Jewish grandma that smokes a pack of Reds a day, but I did. I don't have a good Ben voice. Sorry, I don't know what to say. Just sitting here drinking. with my toys, thinking about what a fucking baller I am. Absolute goddamn champion. You know what? A Chad. Giga Chad. I know a Chad. Better than him, even. He would hate hearing that. But it's true. I definitely have more toys. He wouldn't argue with that. Does Chad have a Galactus?